Welcome to Super Trivia Brain Bash. Here's the man with the plan, FizzFlop.
Thank you. Okay. Hi everyone, FizzFlop here, and I'm back with another round of geek culture trivia. And this time the subject is superhero TV shows. Yay, I'm excited too. When I started researching the questions for this round, I came to the realization that superhero TV shows have been around since the dawn of television, going way back to the early 1950s. Every decade had some superhero TV shows, but I thought for this video, I would keep it simple. And if you were a child of the 1970s, you'll love this round. You should do very well. So, now with the pleasantries over,
let the Brain Bash begin.
Question number 1. And we're going to start with a real easy one. What was the first Marvel Comics live-action TV show? Is it A, Doctor Strange, B, Captain America, C, The Incredible Hulk, D, The Amazing Spider-Man? Let's put 10 seconds on the clock, and we're off. And I suspect I know what you're thinking. Is it the obvious answer, or is this a trick question? I wonder. Time's up. The answer is D, The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man aired on September 14th, 1977, for 13 episodes, including a 2-hour pilot. Actor Nicholas Hammond played the part of Peter Parker in Spider-Man, and the show predated The Incredible Hulk by 2 months. Question number 2. And speaking of The Incredible Hulk TV show featured comedic actor Bill Bixby playing the part of Dr. David Banner. He appeared in a number of TV sitcoms prior to this role, and my question to you is, what TV sitcom did Bill Bixby star in prior to doing The Incredible Hulk? Was it A, F Troop, B, My Favorite Martian, C, The Courtship of Eddie's Father, D, Open All Night? 10 seconds on the clock. Here we go. Some of you out there may remember Bixby appearing in some Elvis movies, and he usually played a villain. I believe he was in the movie Clam Bake and Speedway with Elvis. Sort of a trick question here. Although he starred in My Favorite Martian, and a lot of people know him for that, the TV sitcom he made prior to The Incredible Hulk was The Courtship of Eddie's Father, so the choice C is the answer. And there was a 5-year gap between The Courtship of Eddie's Father and The Incredible Hulk, but Bill Bixby stayed employed by making dozens of appearances on TV shows such as Fantasy Island, Love Boat, and Night Gallery. Okay, time to move on to question number 3. The other half of the Hulk was played by bodybuilder Lou Ferrigno. Ferrigno became famous for being in a documentary about bodybuilding and his quest to unseat Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Olympia. That documentary is called A, Getting Ripped, B, Pumping Iron, C, Building the Perfect Beast, D, Men of Steel. The clock starts now. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The answer is B, Pumping Iron. If you haven't seen Pumping Iron, you should really check it out. It's an interesting documentary because it's the first time outside of the world of bodybuilding that the public saw Arnold Schwarzenegger or Lou Ferrigno. And a good chunk of the documentary is about their friendship, and it's really enjoyable even if you're not into bodybuilding or fitness.
Get to the chopper!
Well, that's it for Incredible Hulk questions, and it's time to move on to other TV series. And I would have liked to have played the Hulk closing theme song here, but it's a little sad, and I would probably get a copyright strike. Thanks for the buzzkill, YouTube.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Question number 4. Now it's time for a Batman question. In 1966, the Batman TV show took America by storm, and Batmania was everywhere. The series featured actor Adam West as Batman, and Adam West went on to become an icon and an American institution. My question to you is, What was Adam West's last TV appearance while he was still alive? Was it in A, Family Guy, B, Bleep My Father Said, C, The Big Bang Theory, D, Modern Family? 10 seconds on the clock, starting now. I've got a Adam West autographed postcard, and he signed this back in the 1980s, and if I get a chance, I really ought to get Burt Ward to sign it. Ding ding, time's up. If you said A, Family Guy, you were so close. He appeared a number of times after he passed away on that program. He taped a number of episodes before his passing, but they didn't air while he was alive. His last TV appearance while he was alive happened in C, The Big Bang Theory.
Really? You're ahead of Bale? The man who personified the words, "I'm Batman."
I never had to say I'm Batman. I showed up. People knew I was Batman.
Question number 5. The Batman TV show also featured Burt Ward as Robin. And the reason why Burt Ward got the part of Robin, it was because he was an accomplished martial artist. And he had a sparring partner who would later go on to become famous. My question to you is, who was Burt Ward's not yet famous martial arts sparring partner? Was it A, Chuck Norris, B, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, C, Bruce Lee, D, Steve McQueen? 10 seconds on the clock, here we go. Ward is known for his involvement with animal rescue projects, and especially in the area of large dogs, and I believe he also created his own brand of dog food. The answer is C, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee and Burt Ward lived in the same apartment building, and Bruce Lee saw Burt Ward coming in wearing his judo uniform, and Bruce Lee approached him, introduced himself, and the two quickly became friends, and they started working out together every day. And when Burt Ward went in for his Robin audition, he demonstrated his martial arts moves, and that's how he got the part. And by the way, Burt Ward's audition reel is here on YouTube, and if you're a big fan, you might want to give it a look. Okay, it's time to move up to a show that's a little more current. In the CW show, Batwoman... By the way, I'm really not going to ask you a Batwoman question, but bear with me. In the CW show Batwoman, Batwoman's arch foe is Alice, who is the leader of the Wonderland Gang. Now, this is a fictional gang, but as it turns out, there was a real Wonderland gang that operated out of Los Angeles in the late 1970s and early 80s. And the leaders of this gang were murdered in a single night. My question to you is, what adult film star was charged with taking part in these murders? Was it A, Jamie Gillis, B, Ron Jeremy, C, Vanessa Del Rio, D, John Holmes? And let's start the clock at 10 seconds. Here we go. I love true crime stories, and a big shout out to one of my favorite podcasts here on YouTube, Most Notorious. That channel covers a lot of vintage and historic crimes like Jack the Ripper and stuff like that. Ding, if you said D, John Holmes, then you are correct. There's this really interesting movie called Wonderland that stars Val Kilmer as John Holmes. It's a fictionalized account of the incidents that led up to the murders. Val Kilmer is a great actor. He does another amazing performance in this. The thing that I really like about this movie is that they tell the same story from different perspectives, and there's slight alterations to each version, and it's very much like the Kurosawa film Rashomon. Question number 7, and we're going to stick with something a little more recent. The Punisher TV show featured actor Jon Bernthal in the lead role. Before doing this TV show, he had a breakout role in what AMC TV series? Was it A, Catching Fire, B, The Walking Dead, C, Mad Men, D, Breaking Bad? Okay, 10 seconds on the clock starting right now. Bernthal is another actor who is into animal rescue, particularly in the area of pit bulls, and I believe he's also a spokesperson for a pit bull rescue group. Time's up, and if you went with the other comic book TV show, then you are correct. The answer is B, The Walking Dead. Bernthal plays the part of Deputy Sheriff Shane Walsh, and at first he seemed like a typical secondary character, but he grew into a first-rate villain. And I think starting in the second season, he stole every scene he was in. Question number 8. Keeping up with a more recent TV show. In the first episode of The Boys, Huey is traumatized after watching his girlfriend get run over by a fleet-footed superhero named A-Train. And my question to you is, what is the name of Huey's deceased girlfriend? Is it A, Kate Bishop, B, Meghan Markle, C, Robin Ward, D, Amber Heard? 10 seconds on the clock, and they're off. I have to admit it, her death was rather gruesome, and for those of you who have not seen The Boys, A-Train is a Flash-like superhero with super speed, and he runs right through her, and she just sort of disintegrates while holding hands with Huey. Ding! Time's up. The answer is C, Robin Ward. Question number 9. Alright, it's time to jump in our time machines and go back to the 1970s. Here's an easy one, and I know I mentioned this in one of my videos. I'm pretty sure I did. My question to you is, who is the first superheroine to have her own TV series? Was it A, Wonder Woman, B, Isis, C, the Bionic Woman, or D, Electro Woman? 10 seconds on the clock, starting right now. If you've seen my Mary Marvel video, then you should probably know this answer. I hope that didn't give away too much. Ping! Time's up. The answer is B, Isis. The half-hour show was originally just called Isis, and it aired on Saturday mornings. And when it came into syndication, it was changed to The Secrets of Isis. The series featured actress Joanna Cameron, and prior to this role, she appeared in dozens of national commercials. Ad agencies used her a lot because of her extreme likability. She scored really high with test audiences because she was that typical, adorable American girl next door type. Question number 10. And this will be our final question for this round of Super Trivia Brain Bash. In 1981, the song Believe It or Not spent 2 weeks in the number 2 position on the pop charts. My question to you is, what superhero TV show used this song as their theme song? Was it A, Manimal, B, Automan, C, The Powers of Matthew Starr, D, The Greatest American Hero? 10 seconds on the clock. Let's go. I bet some of you guys out there are humming this song right now. And I'm also willing to bet that some of you out there have never heard of any of these TV shows. Alright, time's up. The answer is D, The Greatest American Hero. And when I was a kid, I loved that show for the first couple of years and then just one day lost interest in it. One of the stars of that show is Robert Culp, and he was the star of my favorite episode of Outer Limits, the original Outer Limits, that is, and that was Demon with the Glass Hand. He was a great actor, but his reputation was that he was near impossible to work with, and that's why he didn't get a lot of acting jobs. So, that's the last question. Let's take a look at the scoreboard and see how you did. If you got all 10 right, then you're a superstar, and I bet you got Tom Cruise's secret personal phone number on your contact list.
Holy guacamole!
If you got 8 or 9 right, then that makes you a lead actor, and that gives you a right to ask the director that age-old stage question, what's my motivation? 6 or 7 correct answers means that you're a bit player, and you got that one line, and maybe you can steal the scene with it.
Holy Hamlet.
4 or 5 correct answers makes you an extra. That means you have to stand in place in the background for hours in the hot sun while Tim Robbins throws temper tantrums about not having Evian water on the set. Oh, you think that's bad? Wait, it's gonna get worse. 2 or 3 correct means, means you're the best boy, and whatever you do, keep away from Kevin Spacey.
I know what you want. You want me back.
And finally, if you only got 1 answer right, then I can't believe I wrote this one down. You're gonna have to watch Harvey Weinstein take a shower.
Holy Hollywood.
And to make it worse, if you got 0 right, you're going to have to dry him off.
You got the bonus plan, honey.
Well, this round of Super Trivia Brain Bash has come to an end. I hope you had fun with this. I hope you did well. Hope you don't have to watch Harvey Weinstein take a shower. Let everyone know how you did in the comments section. I suspect this one was maybe a little too easy for some of you. I have a bunch of other TV show questions I came up with, but maybe I'll use them for another round, and it'll be a much harder round. So in the meantime, check out my Teespring store. There's some really awesome t-shirts there. It helps support the channel, and it helps you improve your wardrobe. What more could you ask for? And the link is in the description box. Thank you for watching. That's it for me. So until next time, stay super. Bye.